is within yourself. What you bring forth will save you. If you possess nothing within, that absence will destroy you. You see, there's a marvelous, subtle, clearer expression. So as we go through this, know that there are multiple ways to absorb it, and I ask you to put aside the rational mind for the intuitive, spiritual mind. There will be history as well, so that you can put it in context and understand it. And you need not worry, this is nothing heretical. In fact, this saying right here is the favorite saying of Dr. Elaine Pagels, professor of religion at Princeton, Harvard PhD, and world-renowned author of groundbreaking books. And I say that for those of you who need the security blanket that this is mainstream, this is not some bizarre, off-the-wall thing. Dr. Elaine Pagels' favorite quote in this book. Among all the astonishing documents accidentally or fatefully unearthed in 1945 near the desert village of Nag Hammadi in Upper Egypt, the Gospel of Thomas has made the greatest impact on our understanding of Christianity. The first English rendering of this text was published in 1959. What that means is it is still very much unknown and was greeted with intense interest by scholars and theologians alike. But the impact of this document was soon felt far beyond the circle of specialists, almost as though an audible recording of the voice of Jesus had been discovered. Even across the reaches of millennial time, and even through the veil of translations from languages known to but a few. For many of us, the words in this text have the power to touch an unknown part of ourselves that brings with it an undeniable recognition of truth and hope. When it was said of Jesus by those who were at first bewildered by him that he spoke as one having authority, what is surely meant is that he and his teaching authenticated itself by their power to awaken that same hidden self-authenticating part of the human mind and heart. It is my belief, says Jean-Yves Leloup, one of the scholars of this text, also a French Orthodox priest and leading figure in Europe. It is my belief, he says, that it is from this ground of inner silence rather than from mental agitation that these words of Yeshua can bear their fruit of light. Is it possible, Leloup asks, to read these logia, these sayings of Yeshua, in a way that allows them to make their way into the mind and the heart of our humanity, leading us into a voyage of transformation toward a full realization of our being? Within this question lies both the effort and the reward, the demand and the gift offered by this and all truly sacred writings. The Gospel of Thomas was missing for almost 2 millennia until 3 copies of it were almost miraculously discovered several decades ago. 2 sections of it were written in Greek, found in Egypt, and a more complete edition in the Coptic language found near Nag Hammadi, buried under the sands of time in a clay storage jar. Practically predicting its own rediscovery, the book of Thomas says, "Know what is before your face, and what is hidden from you will be revealed to you. For there is nothing hidden which will not be revealed, nor anything buried which will not be raised." Saying 5. While we imagine ourselves to be the most technologically advanced and enlightened society that has ever existed, we remain blind to the chains that shackle modern people, which can be portrayed in the reality of a simple gospel proclamation in the words that Jesus said, "But if you will not know yourselves, you dwell in poverty, and it is you who are that poverty." This is a contemplative wisdom gospel with its format of proverbs and parables. It contains absolutely no narrative whatsoever. It's comprised only of 114 unvarnished sayings of Jesus, one after the other, and that's it. No commentary, no story, no more Roman centurions or scribes or Pharisees and locusts to block our view. Rather than being presented through the lens of others, the reader encounters a more direct, unfiltered, historic Jesus. The intention by those who compiled and circulated this collection is to encourage readers to deeply ponder each and every saying for themselves, leading them to their own personal insights and revelations, to internalize the words and be transformed by them. Though nowadays associated with Egypt, these surviving pages are copies of an even earlier Greek manuscript, most likely originating from Syria, which was and remains home base of the St. Thomas branch of Christianity, the Syriac Aramaic Church of the East. It is said that St. Thomas, during the 1st century A.D., headed east, eventually ending up in India, where he spent the rest of his life. The living Master said to his initiates, "What your own eyes cannot see, your human ears do not hear, your physical hands cannot touch, and what is inconceivable to the human mind, that I will give you." Saying 17. The Master taught his disciples that in order to see the spiritual realm, they must fast from the world and enter into heavenly repose or Sabbath rest, rise above mental impressions, memories, worries, and agitations. They must set aside some time to rest spiritually, to temporarily close their physical eyes and ears to the outside world in order to, quote, see the Father, the Supreme Being, with the eye of the soul. Saying 27. The Egyptian mystic Evagrius wrote, "The offspring of pure prayer is swallowed up by the Spirit. From this point on, the mind is beyond prayer, and prayer has ceased from it now that it has found something even